The stars were quiet that day. No storms, no signals, just space, dark, cold, and endless. Captain Rolock sat in his command chair, watching the screen. His ship, the Virene, was a small cargo transport. It wasn't made for fighting. It carried food, medicine, and supplies. It had only 10 crew members. They were not warriors, just workers. But trouble was near. Without warning, 3 pirate ships appeared. Fast, silent, deadly. They circled the Virene like hungry beasts. Rolock's heart raced. He shouted, "Shields up. Send a distress call. Now." His crew obeyed. They sent messages in all directions, to any ship that might be listening. "This is the Virene. We are under attack. Requesting help. Anyone, please respond." But no one answered. Because everyone knew this region, it was deep space, far from help. The pirates ruled here. And no one, not even war fleets, came close. The pirates opened fire. Blasts hit the shields. Lights flickered. The ship shook. Rolock held the armrest tightly. He had seen what pirates did. They didn't just steal. They killed. Left no witnesses, not even children. The crew screamed as another blast hit. "We won't last," shouted one of the engineers. Rolock's mind raced. Divert power to shields. Evade. Just stay alive. Then something strange happened. A new signal appeared. It wasn't pirate. It wasn't a trade ship. It wasn't from any friendly government. It was human. Rolock stared at the screen. "That can't be right." The officer confirmed. "Yes, Captain, it's a human warship. Heavy class. Coming fast." Rolock's hands trembled. Everyone knew humans. The galaxy feared them. Some said they were monsters. Some said they were machines in flesh. Humans were the reason some planets still had craters glowing with fire. Their warships were fast, cold, and merciless. And now, one was coming. The crew panicked. "Should we shut down systems? Maybe they'll leave if we don't move." "No," Rolock said. "If they want to destroy us, we can't stop them anyway. But if they came for the pirates..." The pirate ships noticed too. 2 of them turned away, trying to flee. Too late. The human ship dropped out of hyperspace. It was massive. Dark gray metal, no lights, no color, only purpose. Guns moved like living things. The ship didn't wait. It fired once. 1 pirate ship exploded instantly. Then again. The second was gone. The 3rd pirate tried to escape into warp. The human ship chased it, fired, and vaporized it in space dust. Silence. Everyone on the Virene stared at the screen. The human warship turned slowly toward them. No one moved. No one spoke. Rolock whispered, "They saved us." "But why?" asked his pilot. "Humans never help." A message arrived. Simple. 1 line. "You're safe now." That was it. No threats. No demands. No instructions. Just silence again. Rolock slowly opened the comms. "This is Captain Rolock of the Virene. Thank you for helping us." No reply. He tried again. "Why did you save us?" This time a new message came. "Because no one else would." Rolock blinked. His crew looked at each other, confused, surprised. "Captain," the comms officer said, "they're offering us docking access. They want us to come aboard." The room froze. "No," said the engineer. "That's crazy. We can't go inside a human warship." Rolock looked back at the screen. At the ship that shouldn't have helped. The one everyone feared. The one that just saved their lives. He stood slowly. "We owe them thanks. And maybe it's time we learn the truth." He gave the order, "Prepare to board." As the small shuttle moved toward the human ship, no one spoke. They all watched the dark walls of the warship growing closer. No lights, no welcome, just steel and silence. When the hatch opened, a human stood there. Tall, calm, quiet, wearing a black uniform, no weapons drawn. He simply said, "Follow me," and then turned around and walked inside. Ralock followed. His heart beat faster with every step. What kind of people were these humans? Why did they help? What would they want in return? The door closed behind them, and the truth was waiting. Captain Ralock stepped off the shuttle and onto the human warship. The floor was cold. The walls were smooth metal. The hallway had no decorations, no color, only silence. Behind him, his crew followed quietly. None of them spoke. Even their footsteps seemed afraid. The human who greeted them didn't look like a monster. He had short black hair, dark eyes, and a face that showed no fear, but also no anger. Just stillness, like a man who had seen too much. "My name is Commander Hale," he said. "You're safe now. Follow me." They walked through long, empty halls. Doors opened without sound. Ralock noticed security cameras in every corner, but no guards, no noise, just the hum of the ship. Finally, they entered a large room. A command center, full of screens, maps, and a table in the middle. Hale turned to face them. "You have questions," he said. Ralock nodded. "Yes. Why did you save us? No one else would have come." Hale looked at the crew, then at the stars outside the window. "Because once," Hale said slowly, "we were the ones calling for help, and no one came for us." Ralock frowned. "I don't understand." Hale tapped a screen. A recording started playing. A peaceful planet. Families. Cities. Schools. Then fire. Ships above. Bombs falling. Screams. "We helped a small world," Hale said. "They were attacked. We defended them. We won." The video changed. Humans standing proud beside aliens, helping rebuild. "But after that," Hale continued, "the galaxy turned against us. They said we interfered. They said we were dangerous." Another video. Human ships surrounded, fired upon, betrayed by the very people they saved. "They feared our strength," Hale said. "So they made us monsters. They erased what we did, called us killers, and we disappeared." The screen went black. For a long moment, no one spoke. Ralock's crew looked shocked. Why would they lie? Hale shrugged. "Power, fear, jealousy. Who knows? But we didn't stop helping. We just stopped expecting thanks." Ralock stepped closer. "So you help, even now?" "Yes," Hale said, "but quietly, carefully. We don't ask for payment. We don't make friends. We just stop the bleeding where we can." One of Ralock's engineers spoke up. "Then why live in the shadows?" Hale looked at him, eyes tired. "Because it's safer that way. For everyone." Ralock sat down slowly. "But your ship, it's powerful. You could destroy fleets. You could take revenge." Hale smiled, a cold, quiet smile. "We could, but we don't." He turned the screen again. More images. Battles won. Refugees saved. Human ships standing between death and the weak. "Power is not what makes us feared," Hale said. "It's how we choose to use it." Ralock looked at his crew. They were silent, thinking. Everything they had been taught was a lie. "Why tell us this?" Ralock asked. "Why now?" Hale answered with just 3 words. "Because they're coming." Ralock stood. "Who?" Before Hale could reply, the ship's lights flickered. An alert sounded. A red symbol flashed on the wall. Hale turned toward the screen. "They followed you." "What?" Ralock asked. Hale pointed. "You sent a distress call. They tracked it. They know we helped. And now they're coming to erase the proof." "Who are they?" Hale's face was calm. "The ones who made us monsters. The ones who keep the galaxy blind." A new ship appeared on the radar. No name, no signal, no sound. Just silence. Ralock stepped closer. It was black. It had no lights, no windows. It moved like a shadow across the stars. "What is that?" Hale answered a silencer. The alien crew looked terrified. What do they want? To stop us. To stop the truth. Hale gave the order. "Battle stations. Prepare to intercept." He looked at Rolock. "You and your crew stay here. We'll handle this." Rolock shook his head. "You saved us. Let us help." Hale smiled again. "You still believe in good. That's why we saved you." The ship shook as the silent enemy drew near. Rolock took a deep breath. Everything he believed was broken. Now he had to choose: run and survive, or stand with the one species no one trusted, and maybe find the truth. The human warship moved into position. Outside the window, the silencer ship floated, cold, quiet, deadly. It had no color, no signal, no warning. It did not glow. It did not roar. It just was, like a shadow with no source. Inside the command room, Captain Rolock watched it approach. "It's not firing," he said. Commander Hale's eyes didn't leave the screen. "It doesn't need to. That ship was built to erase, not to fight. It waits for fear." Rolock frowned. "Fear?" "Yes," Hale said. "Because when you fear it, you obey. Or you disappear." The lights dimmed again. The silencer was jamming the systems, slowly, carefully. Not an attack. Oh, morning. Rolock looked at his crew. Their faces were pale, their hands shaking. "Why don't we run?" the young engineer asked. "Because if we run," Hale said, "they'll follow, and then they'll wipe out the next place we hide." Rolock stepped forward. "Then we fight." Hale nodded once. "Then you understand." The human ship's weapons came online. Guns, missiles, energy beams, silent but ready. But the silencer didn't react. It just floated, like it didn't care. Rolock turned to Hale. "What is that thing really?" Hale answered slowly. "A ghost built by cowards. Years ago, when the galaxy turned against us, they'd feared we'd fight back. So they built these ships. Silent assassins. They appear, kill, vanish. No trace, no name." Rolock swallowed hard. "And it's here for you." Hale's voice grew cold. "It's here for all of us now." The silencer moved suddenly. Not fast, not aggressive, just closer. 1 meter at a time. Like death that enjoys the wait. Inside the command room, red lights blinked. "Shields at 60%, said the human officer. "Power interference increasing. Warp to disabled." Rolock felt panic rising in his chest. "Can we destroy it?" Hale didn't answer right away. Then, quietly, he said, "Maybe, but we've never tried." Rolock's crew turned to him. "Captain, what do we do?" Rolock looked at them, then he looked at Hale. And he made a choice. "We stand with the humans." He turned to Hale. "Tell us what to do." Hale didn't smile, but something changed in his eyes, like respect. "You'll regret this," he said. "But not today." Suddenly, without warning, the silencer fired. It wasn't a laser, not a missile. It was something worse. A beam of darkness. Where it touched, systems died. Metal cracked. Light vanished. The warship shook hard. "Direct hit to outer hull," shouted an officer. "Deck 3, gone." Rolock grabbed the table. "Return fire." "Firing now," Hale yelled. Missiles launched. Lasers cut through space. Some hit, some missed. The silencer spun. No shields, no flash, and came in closer. Inside, the crew braced for another hit. Rolock's crew ran to help the injured. Fires broke out. One hallway collapsed. A young alien screamed. And then, silence. Not from peace. From the silencer's weapon. It hit again. And this time, power died. The light shut off. The engines froze. Even air started to thin. Rolock, he asked. Emergency backup. Already on, Hale said. But it won't last. Darkness covered the bridge. And then, a voice came through the silence. But not from the silencer. It came from the shadows behind them. Rolock turned. A woman stood there. Human. Old. Calm. Nobody saw her enter. Hale saluted. Ma'am, he said. Rolock stared. Who is this? The woman spoke, her voice like cold fire. I'm the last order, the one they didn't erase. Rolock didn't understand. Hale explained. She's the founder of our ship's AI. But also something more. The woman touched the wall. A pulse went through the metal. Suddenly, power returned. Lights flicked on. Weapons charged up. A hidden system woke. And a voice, mechanical but clear, spoke inside the ship. Protocol unbroken. Target. Silencer class. Countermeasure ready. Hale stepped back. They thought we forgot. Rolock asked, What is it? The human woman looked at the stars. Our last answer to their silence. Outside, the silencer prepared its final strike. Inside, the human ship opened something no one had seen before. A single hidden cannon, deep in the hull, powered by something ancient. Something human. It charged with a low hum. Rolock's eyes widened. What is that? Hale answered, our last voice. The cannon fired. A single shot. Not loud. Not bright. Just final. It hit the silencer in the center. And for the first time in its life, the silencer screamed. Then it vanished. Gone. No pieces. No explosion. Just gone. Silence returned. Real silence this time. Hale turned to Rolock. No one else remembers how to fight shadows. Rolock stared at the stars where the enemy had been. And whispered, But humans do. The silencer was gone. But no one cheered. Not the humans. Not the aliens. Not even the ship. Inside the warship, silence felt heavier than before. Like the silence after a scream, when you know more trouble is coming. Captain Rolock stood beside Commander Hale in the control room. He looked at the spot where the enemy had vanished. It didn't explode, he whispered. It didn't leave anything behind. Hale nodded. That's what they do. They erase, even themselves. Rolock's engineer spoke nervously. Then did we destroy it? Hale's eyes stayed on the stars. We ended that one. But now they know where we are. Rolock frowned. You said these ships don't have names, no signals. How do they communicate? Hale turned to them. They don't. They don't need to. Rolock didn't understand. Then how? The older human woman, the one who had activated the final weapon, stepped forward. They are not ships, she said. They are witnesses. Each time one sees resistance, it marks the place, leaves a shadow behind. Rolock's voice dropped. A shadow? She pointed to the screen. Where the silencer had vanished, a dark mark remained. Not physical, not real, but something was there. A hole in the stars. Rolock reached out to touch the screen. It was cold. Is it? Alive? Hale answered, Not alive, but not dead. It's a warning. The woman added, And now the galaxy will know. Someone broke the silence. Rolock's crew looked at one another. That's bad, isn't it? The woman nodded once. Very. A soft alarm rang out. New ships were entering the system. Not silencers, regular military vessels. 3, then 5, then 12. They had signals. They had banners. They carried the symbol of the Galactic Union. Rolock's blood went cold. They responded? No, Hale said. They didn't come to help. The ship surrounded them. No calls, no warnings. Just aiming weapons. Rolock's eyes widened. They think we're the threat. Hale's jaw tightened. They want us to be the threat. It makes the story easier to tell. On the screen, a message flashed in cold white letters. Surrender the human vessel immediately. Refusal is to liaison. Rolock stared at it. Treason? The woman laughed quietly. They call the truth treason. Nothing new. Rolock turned to his crew. If we leave now, they'll follow, Hale said. Rolock took a deep breath. If we fight, Hale nodded. They'll erase you too. Rolock's people were scared. They weren't warriors. They were traders, scientists, travelers. They were not ready for this. But something inside Rolock burned. A spark. He looked at Hale. I want to send a message. Hale raised an eyebrow. To who? To everyone, Rolock said. If they want silence, we'll give them truth instead. The woman touched the console. Are you sure? She asked. Rolock looked at his crew. If we don't speak now, we'll never get the chance again. The message went out. Across nearby systems, across the dark nets, across deep channels long forgotten. A simple message. We saw a silencer. We survived. And the humans saved us. 10 seconds later, their ship was targeted. Red dots lit up the screen. Missiles ready. Lasers charged. The lead warship responded. Lies. Prepare to be boarded. Hale turned to Rolock. Your crew doesn't have to die for this. Rolock shook his head. They deserve to live in a galaxy that doesn't hide behind lies. Hale placed a hand on the console. The warship's armor shifted. Weapons realigned. The cannon that had destroyed the silencers started charging again, slowly. Rolock's crew braced for war. But just before the first shot was fired, something happened. 100 small signals appeared on the edge of the screen. Civilian ships. Refugee vessels. Old, weak, barely armed. But all broadcasting the same thing. We believe the message. Then 10 more ships arrived. Then 20. Some were pirates. Some were smugglers. Some were former soldiers. All of them repeating. We saw the silencers too. They are real. The humans were right. The Galactic Union's warships hesitated. For the first time in decades, someone had broken the silence publicly. And they weren't alone. Hale looked at Rolock. You did this. Rolock's voice was calm. No, we did. Outside, the Union warships began to back off. No weapons fired. No one died. Not yet. But in that moment, a line had been crossed. The galaxy was waking up. And truth had a price. The galaxy held its breath. The Union warships hovered silently. No one moved. No one fired. Around them, hundreds of smaller ships gathered. Refugees, traders, old captains, lost voices, all repeating the same thing. The silencers are real. The humans saved us. Captain Rolock stood on the bridge of the human warship. His crew was still recovering, some wounded, some shocked, all watching. Beside him, Commander Hale stared at the screen. His face was unreadable. Rolock whispered, Now what? Hale answered quietly, Now the galaxy decides what it wants to be, brave or blind. Suddenly, the main screen lit up. The lead Union ship was sending a message. Rolock nodded. Put it through. A cold voice filled the room. You are surrounded by lawful forces of the Galactic Union. Surrender now and you may live. Continue this false message, and you will be erased. No emotion, just control. Hale stepped forward. And if we don't? There was silence for 5 seconds. Then you will die alone. But they weren't alone. The civilian ships locked into a formation around them. Weak, disorganized, but standing firm. A smuggler's voice broke through the channel. You'll have to erase all of us. Then another. We lost families to silencers. We won't be quiet again. Then a child's voice. My parents vanished in the dark. But I remember. I remember. The Union ships held their position. Then, to everyone's shock, one turned away. A warship. Then another. Two ships broke formation and flew off. Relloc blinked. They're leaving. Hale nodded. Not all the Union captains agree with this silence. Some remember. But then, another signal. Different. Not from the Union. From far away. Deeper than any normal signal. The woman, the one who had awakened the hidden cannon, stepped forward. Her eyes narrowed. They're coming. Relloc turned to her. Who? She whispered, the real ones, the ones who built the silencers. On the screen, a dark shape appeared at the edge of the star system. Not one ship, not 10. A fleet. No signals, no flags, just shadows. Hale's face hardened. They sent the architects. The ships didn't attack. They didn't need to. Their presence was the message. Control, fear, silence, and they were moving in. The Union warships scattered. Even the strongest among them didn't stay. Relloc's crew gasped. We can't win this, someone whispered. But Hale didn't move. He pressed a button on the console. No, he said. But we can tell the galaxy the truth one more time. The warship activated its long-range beacon, a deep core signal that couldn't be blocked.